Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a show on Netflix called Love is Blind. Now, Love is Blind, I've been watching Love is Blind since it first came out. And I haven't been interested in like the last couple seasons for real. So I've been hearing things about this season 4 and it's messy. Okay, season 4 is the messiest season on Love is Blind, so let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about season 4 couple by couple. Now there's only been 8 episodes so far, and I think it's supposed to be like 12 episodes altogether. You know, Netflix is no longer just dropping everything. They're like putting it out every couple days or every week or so, which I don't like. I didn't come to you for that, okay? I came to binge, okay? But so far I've seen 1 through 8, which is all the seasons that's come out. So the first couple I want to talk about is Brett and Tiffany. Now Brett and Tiffany, they're a couple I'm not worried about. They're gonna make it to the wedding, okay? They're gonna have a little after, have a kid or two, whatever. I'm not worried about them, okay? I love how mature they are together. I love how when they're talking about each other and when they're talking to each other, like it's not surface level, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, not just like authentic stuff. It's like the way Brett talks about Tiffany, about how he like can see how she like improves people's lives around her, and how she talks about how he motivates her. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me tell you something. This season, there's like 2 guys that I for sure know are the good men. They're good men, Savannah, okay? They're good men. And that is Brett and that is Marshall, okay? So Brett, Tiffany, love them. They're the star couple of the season, okay? Love them. We're not worried about them, okay? Love. I just love a healthy black couple. You know what I'm saying? Like a healthy black love. I'm here for it, okay? So next we're going to talk about, now this couple scares me. I'm worried about this couple. I do not think they're going to walk down the aisle, and that couple is Marshall and Jackie. Now, or Jacqueline. Jackie, I'm worried about them, okay? Now, like I said, Marshall is a good man. He is emotionally intelligent, okay? He is emotionally open. He's in tune with his feelings. The way he comforts Jackie is cause she gets in her head. She's giving me self-sabotage. Like, her type isn't good men. Like, because you can tell the way she describes her type. She wants somebody toxic. She wants somebody who treats her bad. Honestly, I feel like she wants somebody to do her dirty. That's what she used to. I think that's what she wants. Because, like, her and Marshall got into it these recent episodes. Because she's like, oh, you're not aggressive. I'm just telling you to be more aggressive. And he's like, you're mad at the way I'm reacting, but you're like invalidating my manhood. So like, why would I? Because he left their shared accommodations that the show gives him. So he left, but then he came back and she was like, oh, well, you left, you weren't trying to do it. He's like, you just said I wasn't man enough for you. So like, and you can really see how much Marshall does for Jackie emotionally, but she doesn't do that same thing for him. It's not reciprocated. I really don't think that she likes him. The way she was like, oh, I wasn't attracted to him at first when they got out the pods. It was, honestly, when I heard who her type was, I was like, oh my goodness. I was worried for Marshall then. Okay, Marshall is a good man. And I really like, because like the last episode, I want to say episode 8, when they all came to the bar for Chelsea's birthday, another person we're going to talk about. And he was talking to Brett. I love his friendship with Brett. He was talking to Brett and like basically saying what it is. And I really can appreciate how introspective he is and how he can he understands what it is. See, because a lot of good guys like him end up with girls like Jackie who don't appreciate the goodness that they bring to the relationship, right? So when the girls are like doing them dirty and stuff, like they'll blame themselves, but oh well, they'll be like, well, forget it. I'm gonna be hard and forget this and don't nobody deserve me like this and da da da. And I'm worried. I don't want Marshall to become like that. But also I feel like he's not going to become like that because he already understands the situation of she's self-sabotaging. Jackie's a runner. Jackie is a runner, and I think it's giving she's not even going to show up to the wedding. That's what it gives me. Like, she's that much of a runner. And then plus, her and Josh, Now at the episode 8, Josh came to Chelsea's birthday party drunk, obnoxious. I do not like Josh. Like, and he did this weird thing with Marshall. Like, he was hugging on him. Hey man, I love you. You know, I'm not. No, we were dating the same girl. And Marshall's like, like, and so he do all that with Marshall. And everybody's looking at him like, bro, he's ruining the vibe. Like, why is he doing that? He's doing all that with Marshall, and then he comes over to Jackie and lies. He literally says, oh, you know, Marshall was crying every day with all his dates. Like, it wasn't just you, but you can see throughout these episodes, and you can hear Marshall say, the only person who I really connected with and was really here for was Jackie. So he's blatantly lying. And then why is Jackie? Because at first I was like, okay, I'm not really worried about this conversation he's having with Jackie, because Jackie didn't seem like she was really taking it in. But then in the trailer, why are you going out to dinner with him? And he talking about something, he love you. Mind you, also, Jackie hasn't told Marshall that she loves him. She says, oh, you know, I mess with you tough. You mess with me tough. You're my fiance. And you only mess with me tough. So I'm really worried about them. You know, I really like Marshall, and I'm really worried about them. I feel like he doesn't deserve Jackie. Jackie is not her best self right now. You know what I'm saying? She's not her best self right now. I feel like she needs to go to therapy and unpack a couple of things. I think once that gets worked out, maybe she would be able to, you know, deserve Marshall and what his emotional levels and intellect that he has right now. But right now, So I'm really worried about that. I'm really scared, honestly. Like, if I see Marshall cry, I'm gonna cry. Like, so that's that couple. Now the next couple we're gonna talk about is Chelsea and Kwame. Kwame. So in the pods, Kwame had a connection with this girl, Micah, right? And we're gonna get into Micah. He had this connection with Micah. She was playing with him, but she chose another guy, Paul. And so he was distraught. He literally cried, y'all. I mean, shoulders. Cried, y'all. Like, and honestly, at first I was like, boy, why is you crying? But also it's like, he saw a life with her. So I understand why. You know what I'm saying? All girls were crying when they would get broke up, so I understand. You know, it's good to show your emotions, you know. So I'm happy he wasn't afraid to show that emotion. But then he comes back to Chelsea. There's two women in the show who are like second options, and I just feel so bad for them. Like, Chelsea does not deserve to be Kwame's second choice. Like, Chelsea, and then the way he talks about why he chose Chelsea and why he likes Chelsea, it's oh well, I love how she validates me. Thank you for always validating me in the relationship. That's why I love her. Not because she like has a good, kind spirit. Like, I love Chelsea. Chelsea's my girl. Like, Chelsea's my girl. Okay, I love Chelsea. And he's not saying, oh, she's a kind, beautiful soul. She's caring. She's giving. He's not saying none of that. He's like, she likes me, and I like that. That's what he's giving. And also, when they were on the trip so in Love is Blind, once they meet and stuff, everybody meets in real life. Because, you know, they start off dating the pods, 10 days. They don't see anybody. They kind of cycle through days. They meet. They go on a vacation. They went to Mexico. In Mexico, when all the couples saw everybody, right? So they can finally see how everybody looks. Kwame and Micah at that pool. Let me tell you something. One thing, look, I like Jackie / I like Jackie. I don't like her with Marshall. It would have been over. What are you talking about? Like, cause Kwame was what's funny? What's that funny? You know what I'm saying? And like Micah, I don't like Micah, like the way she did that, like, cause she was like, oh, she like is touching on Kwame's chest and touching all up on him and stuff. It's like, this is giving too intimate. Like, you got a fiance, he got a fiance. Like, why choose Paul if you were gonna flirt with Kwame? And like every single time they see each other, they're talking, flirting intimately. And I really hate that for Chelsea. I really wish Chelsea would cuss Kwame out and dump him. But also, like, I just want Chelsea to be happy. I'm worried for Chelsea. I'm worried for Marshall. I'm worried for Chelsea. We'll get into who else I'm worried for. I'm worried for people, okay? I'm worried for these good people. There's good people on this show that are in dangerous situations of getting messed over and like emotionally scarred. And I'm really worried for them because they're my faves. So, and also, Kwame, I don't know if Kwame's gonna marry her. I feel like he gonna say no, she gonna say yes. And I'm just really worried about them. Yeah, I really am. I'm really worried about them. Oh, okay. Is there anything I want to say else on Kwame and Chelsea? No. So now the next couple we're gonna talk about is Paul and Micah. Just kind of want to get them out the way. I don't really have too many feelings about them. Only that Micah really should have chose Kwame, because when her and Paul were talking about their living situation, because Paul lives in Seattle and somehow Micah lives in Arizona. I don't know how that happened, but Paul wants to stay in Seattle. He has a job there. He has a career. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Micah wants to bounce back and forth from Seattle to Arizona. Who has the money? How is that like stable? And like when you have kids, you can't be, I don't know. I don't like that. But see, Kwame, he works at home. So him and her could have did that. Like, I just feel like, well, also, like, I feel like Micah and Kwame deserve each other. I really do. I really feel like they deserve each other. Chelsea and Paul deserve better people. I really wish Paul picked Ember, but then also I don't really care for Paul. Like, so So Micah, she has this friend that she met on the show called Irene. And Micah and Irene are basically mean girls. They're really nasty personalities, and it exudes in their appearance. Like, it's like you are mediocre looking and you have the nerve to be horrible to people. Like, and I wouldn't even be saying this about people. I wouldn't even be like talking about people's looks and tearing them down or trying to do any of that. But if you're being a bully, if you're being mean, then you deserve to get dragged. Because what are you doing? Like, when Paul broke up with Ember for Micah in the pods, they were laughing. Like, they were happy when people like were crying and being like crying and like breaking down because like their connection in the pods disconnected. Like, why are you doing that? Like, it was just weird. And then also, but that's getting to Irene. So Micah is a little more covert with her mean girlness. Like, I feel like she also is kind of wishy-washy because she has this friend group of people, and her main best friend is Irene with blonde hair. Literally, she looks like Irene. And her friend group basically are haters. Okay, they're haters. Like, she was like, oh, my best friend has terminated several of my relationships, and like literally the best friend, when Paul went to the bathroom, the best friend was like, this is not right for you, like trying to talk her out of this when you see your best friend is happy. And she has no reason to not like Paul. No reason to not like Paul. You know what I'm saying? She was being rude to Paul, and then Michael was like, you should care about what she thinks about you. And Paul was like, well, I don't, because why do I need to care about what she thinks? Why did as a grown woman, why do your friends, like, why do they literally make or break a relationship? It's one thing to take their opinions into consideration. That's one thing. But to like be like, oh, if they don't like you, it's over. Why? It's giving her friends are miserable and they want her single because they're single. I don't know if they are, but that's what it's giving. That's the energy it's giving. Like, the best friend the best friend don't want to see her happy, low key. That's what it's giving me. And Paul, I don't really have no thoughts about Paul. So Micah and Irene, best friends, right? So in the show, it comes up, and I'm gonna get to it more when I talk about Irene and her fiance. In the show, it comes up that Irene likes Paul. You know, she's attracted to Paul, and she told Micah that, and Micah was like, why would you, like, that's weird to do. Why would you do that to me, your best friend, the only person who had your back in that house? Because nobody liked them because they were mean girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, some of them like Micah because she can kind of cover it up. Irene is just a nasty person through and through, and she can't even, like, she don't have no couth about herself, okay? So nobody liked her but Micah. And so she's like, why would you? She's like, why would you do that? And it's just like, both of them, even in the pods, they gave me, I'm going after this man because I see that he's making another connection and I want him to like still like me and be enamored with me. So for me, it felt like Micah likes Paul because that's your man. That's what it gave to me. Like, it gave that to me because it was like, so let's get into my thoughts on Paul and Micah. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna get to. I think Paul's gonna say yes. I think Micah's gonna say no because she's dizzy and she's a follower and she's gonna listen to her hating friends. So that's them. Irene and Zach. I hate Irene and Zach. In the pods, he was talking to Irene and he was talking to this girl, Bliss. I love Bliss. Bliss is one of my girls. Again, one of my girls I'm scared for. I'm scared for Bliss because Zach's birthday was in the interim of the pods, right? So Irene forgot his birthday, but Bliss made him some cupcakes, right? And so Irene seeing Bliss make cupcakes, oh my God, like, your cupcakes are so cute. Like, can I ask you a question? You can, like, it's totally fine if you tell me no, okay? Can I like borrow one of your candles? And Bliss is like, well, did you like prepare something for Zach's birthday ahead of time? Or like, no? She was like, no, I didn't. I forgot. And she was like, why are you asking me? Like, that's rude. That's nasty. Like, why are you asking me that? Like, I don't want to talk to you about him. Like, I don't want to have interactions with you about him. Like, because it's giving you trying to pick at me. It's giving you trying to be nice, nasty. That's what it's giving. Because she was snickering. Oh, da-da-da. Oh, she's so wifey. Like, da-da-da-da. But, like, not in, like, a good way, in a catty way. And I don't like catty women like her and Micah. I really, really don't. I don't like women like that. Like, women who, like, will manipulate guys and like show one face to guys and they like be rude and catty and manipulative and like show their true colors to women. I don't like that at all. Like, mean girls in real life to normal people, that's not, it don't give that. You're not on a TV show where like it makes sense or like, oh, you know, da-da-da. Like, these are real people and you're being real rude. Like, girl, and you was not, the attitude, you have to pick a struggle. You can't be average / mid / to me a little ugly looking and then be rude. You know what I'm saying? Like, because no one would be talking about her and Micah's looks if they were nice, decent people. Or if they were good people. If they were good women, we wouldn't be talking about them like this. Folks wouldn't be dragging them like this. It's because you're rude and you tried it. And since our sisters, our girls in the show, Chelsea, Tiffany, Bliss and them, they didn't check you. But we gonna check you because you must have forgot. You must have, like, it's like the attitude don't match the face, and I don't like that. I don't like the attitude, like, even when you're pretty, but when you look like that, when you look how they look, you gotta be like, I just don't like it. You gotta be nice because it makes you look uglier. Having an ugly attitude will make the beautifulest person look ugly. And if you're not the beautifulest person and you still have a nasty attitude, 1 + 1 equals 2, babes. I don't know what to tell you. Why would we think nice things about you when you do all that? Like, what? And so Bliss basically tells Zach, you know, I feel like Irene's not a good person, and if you pick her, it really shows me your character. And I feel like that triggered Zach's like kind of like fight or flight, because it kind of felt like with some guys, when like the way she said that to some guys, I could see it coming off as like, are you like trying to tell me what to do? Or are you like trying to like dare me not to, like, it gave you're giving me a challenge and I'm gonna prove you wrong just because you said that. And also that I don't like that, because if you don't listen to folks, you gonna learn some sense. You have to earn the wisdom the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And so he learned it the hard way. He picked Irene, and what happens? They meet in person, and Irene thinks he's ugly. And I wear glasses, but I'm nearsighted, so that means I can't see far away. I can see people. I can tell you if you're a beautiful person, if you're a handsome man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Zach is a handsome man. Like, he's an average, like he's average. He's not average. He's a little above average. Like, he's a good looking guy. He's not ugly. That's what I'm trying to get. He's not ugly. And she was like, oh, he looks like a cartoon character. Let's not get into cartoon character, sister. Cause you and your friend, I got a couple cartoon characters lined up. So let's not do that. Okay, let's not do that with each other. Okay, keep it cute on Zach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, be humble at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, be humble. It's like she talked about how she used to be bullied, but so you became the bullier. Like, girl, we grown. What is wrong with you? We're gonna drag you, sister, ma'am, Mrs., mother. We're gonna drag you, ma'am, cause you're being rude. Like, she was so rude to Zach, y'all, and like, part of me was like, that's what Zach gets for not listening to Bliss, because literally I feel like Bliss and him have, like, they were like the perfect connection. The perfect connection. Literally the best connection. And for you to like pick her, and then it's like he acknowledged, even in the past, he was like, I feel like she plays this kind of game with guys, you know, where it's like, you know, kind of be catty, like behind the scenes, and then like bringing it to me, like kind of soften it up. He said that in the pods, and you still chose her. You know, I feel like he knew who she was, but he felt like, I can fix her. He saw a project in Irene, and he should have saw a big walking ugly red flag in Irene. That's what he should have saw. So so basically they end up not being together. Like, she is so stiff on him, y'all. Like, she don't want to hug him. She don't want to hold hands. You can't kiss me. Like, she's holding on to that little support bear that he has as a shield. She's like, don't touch me. Like, keep whites in case a bum tries to touch me. That's what it gives. Like, that's what it's giving, okay? That's what it's giving. And it's like, girl. And then she was the one, and I told my friend, me and my best friend, we watched this over the weekend. We literally binge watched it until like almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I told my best friend, I said, you see how she, in the pods, when we were watching the pods, I was like, you see how she always like, oh, you know, I don't care if you're tall, you're ugly, da-da-da-da. Like, when she was like talking about her feelings for him, she always brought up how she didn't care about how he looked. I don't care how you look. I don't care how you look. But then you got the pods, and you care how he looks. I find that funny. I find it funny. But they don't be together no more. And then that's when she, like, because she even told Zach, like, I knew that, you know, it really was a wrap for us. Well, first of all, I wanted to reject you when I first saw you, okay? She was being rude. Like, this is towards the end of their little relationship. So she was like, I didn't even want, when they opened the curtains and I saw you, I wanted to turn around and say no. I wanted to crumple you up and throw you in the trash, okay? So it's no sweat off my back if you want to leave me, baby. Go to Bliss. Go to Bliss. And when she said that, I wanted to come through the screen, because you knew you were playing around with this man. You knew you weren't for real about this man. And so you gonna block my girl's blessing. You gonna take my girl's husband away from her. Well, not take him away, because you can't take a man away, but you're gonna become an obstacle in their thing, knowing you not serious. And then you gonna tell him to go back to her? Girl, don't. If I was Bliss, you have to find me in the streets, baby. You have to find me in the streets. Because, and then, especially because she was always saying, like, oh, I find Paul so attractive, but not Zach. I'm sorry, do Paul and Zach not look like they could be brothers? Paul, he could be Zach's older brother about 2-3 years. Or a year, really. Like, they look the same, except for Paul has a more scruffier beard. Is that what you need, girl? You can ask him to grow a beard. He might. You know, you never know. Like, so I didn't understand that. It just made it seem like, oh, Paul is so this, and then Zach is just ugly. Like, they both look like above average, a little bit above average looking white man. Like, they look handsome, you know. But it's like they are handsome. They're not the handsomest of handsomest. They're handsome, but they're not ugly. Zach's not ugly. He looks like Paul. So when she said that, I was like, I don't think she liked him to begin with in the pod. I think she just wanted to get chosen. Now that I'm really sitting back here and thinking, I think Irene just wanted to be chosen. I think she wanted a free trip. I think she wanted a little more camera time. So that's why she did that to Zach with and Bliss in the pods. Because how do you forget your man's birthday? They spent, 10 days in the pods? You can't remember somebody in the pod saying, the person you wanted to, like, love and be with and all that, right? They tell you, hey, my birthday, is while we're in the pods. My birthday's gonna be coming up in the pods, and you forgot. That should have been Zach's whole thing. That should have been Zach's. Girl, I'm cutting you off right here, okay? Because if you can't remember this after a couple of days of me telling you, how you gonna remember in a year from now? How you gonna remember my birthday next year? If you can't remember it right now when I just gave you 10 days ahead, or it might have been 2, it might have been 4 days, it might have been a day ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they didn't show exactly when he told her what his birthday was. So it's like, so basically they break up. And so Zach, when he returns from the Mexico trip, he calls up my girl Bliss. Now, at first I was like, Bliss needs to cuss him out and be like Amber when Amber was talking to Paul. And she said, F you, Paul. She said, F you, Paul, when he broke up with her. And I was like, that's exactly right. That's what Bliss should have said, but she didn't. And you know, he said, you know, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You know, I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake. Like, I really just want to like try and like just work on this and really fix this with us, right? So Bliss and Zach, he really see Zach. I wasn't really feeling Zach with Bliss. He really kind of won me over, and I'm rooting for them because he said he apologized and he like really tried his hardest to really like show and prove. And I really like, he really tried his hardest. You could like, I could feel the sincerity from his actions and the way he was talking to Bliss and stuff. I just worry that Bliss is going to be stuck and hung up on being the second choice. And also, I don't know if Zach is going to have enough patience to wait for her to get over that she was the second choice. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's some conversation where it's like, when they talk about, you know, him and Irene and their situation, like that's when they like kind of gets prickly with them. And that's why I start getting nervous, because I want my girl Bliss to be happy. And honestly, I feel like she could be happy with Mr. Criminal Defense Lawyer, Mr. Zach, okay? Like, girl, I will never get in the way of a black woman getting the bag. That man is gonna start his own law firm. Savannah, my sister, Savannah, he's a good man. He might have chose you second, but he's a good man. It don't matter if he chose you second. You got the ring. You walked down the aisle. Come on. But then part of me's like, if she ain't over it, I ain't over it. If my girl Bliss not over it and F you for choosing her as second options, then it's F you, Zach. I'm sorry. I really don't want that. Like, I want them to be together. I just feel like they will be cute together. I feel like they have the same type of humor. I like their banter. I just think they're really cute together. I just really hate that Zach messed it up. Like, he really fumbled the ball. Like, I just don't understand it. I just really am upset about that. But so what do I think about them? I saw the trailer, and like when her dad had said like never settle while she was gonna walk her down the aisle, and that really made me a little mad. I was like, now watch her say no, just because he said that. And I don't want her to settle, but okay, so it's like, he's a human being, he made a mistake. And I feel like if a human is actually like saying I'm sorry, admitting where they went wrong, and actually putting forth effort to try and fix it, I feel like they can deserve a chance. Like, they're in the little lottery of winning a chance back. You know what I'm saying? Because look, we don't give men chances. We barely give men chances, okay? You get one chance. You don't get 2 chances unless you a good man and it was a momentary lapse, okay? Brett gets 3 chances. Brett get about 4, 5 chances, okay? Brett is a good man. Marshall get about 4, 5 chances. Marshall is a good man, Savannah. I don't know about Zach. I feel like Zach is a good man, but I can't yell it. Like, I can't yell it how I yell about. I can't be like, oh, I can't say it loud how I said Brett and Marshall. Bliss, Zach is a good man. He's trying, girl. He is trying. So I feel like if you meet him halfway, y'all can have a beautiful future. Don't let that ogre block your future with your man, girl. I feel like it's giving. He's gonna say yes. There's no way he's gonna say no. That Bliss is the best woman for him. Bliss is the best option for him. Okay. So he gonna say yeah. my girl Bliss is gonna have to do some soul searching. I feel like she could say yes, but I also feel like with her daddy talking to her in her ear, she might could say no. So I don't know. We'll have to see with these next couple episodes. I don't know when I'm posting it. Hopefully I'm posting it sometime this week before the next batch of episodes come out this Friday. I'm going to watch those. And if you would like, I'm probably going to still come on here and talk about it and review them. But if you would like, please comment down below. Tell me how y'all feel about these couples. Who do y'all think are going to say yes and no? Who do y'all think are going to be a good couple? Let me know how you feel about Marshall and Jackie, about Irene and Micah. Let me know how you feel about everybody, guys. Okay, like I really want to talk to y'all about this. This show really has taken me through some emotions. Okay, so yeah, let's just get in the comments and talk about it. Okay, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Peace.